Hi, it's me, Vamp, and welcome back to the podcast. I am joined here with self-proclaimed Final Fantasy expert, MoooChiQD.
Whoa. I did not say. There's going to be a lot of Final Fantasy fans really mad. Do not say that ever. You just put me on blast. I did not. I never said that.
Okay. Full disclosure, she never once said she was an expert. I asked her if she wanted to come on an episode, talk about Final Fantasy. She said, yeah, that sounds like fun. I added everything else myself. But nonetheless, let's get into it. Let's just get into it, I guess. Final Fantasy from the get-go.
All right. Well, how about you tell me, and then I'll tell you which games we've played.
Okay.
And or movies we've watched.
Okay. So here's the thing, and don't laugh, okay? I briefly played Final Fantasy VI on the Game Boy Advance. For those of you guys that don't know, it was Game Boy Advance only title, Final Fantasy VI. I don't know if it was 6 in Japan or the US. The numbering system is kind of confusing to me at times, but it was on the Game Boy Advance. I know that for sure. And my first, what I would consider real Final Fantasy, since I was a lot younger when I played 6, would be 13.
Oof.
Yeah, 13. And I actually liked it, okay?
So then you played a little 6, you played 13.
Yep, then I played 13-2. I refused to touch 13-3 because screw that. They took away everything that made it an RPG. You couldn't get experience from the monsters. And, just that alone warranted not being playable in my eyes. But then I played 15 and... 10. I played, but not till they remade 10 for PS4.
You've also played 14.
14. Oh, yeah, the online game. Yeah, I played 14, which, fun fact, no, it wasn't 14. It was 15 that was originally going to be 13 online.
So 14.
Yeah, but... Okay. See, I know a little bit of knowledge about Final Fantasy stuff. It's kind of my, my quote-unquote job, because I do have a YouTube channel called Vamp Plays, by the way. Shameless self-promotion. Okay. Go ahead.
My gaming experience is, I believe last year I played a little tiny bit of 3. When I was babysitting my uncle had 6, and I played a little tiny bit of that one because the kids couldn't figure out how to play it and they wanted to watch me play it. So I have 6.
So you'll have what? Sorry, you broke up a little there.
Hello?
Okay.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything is okay. So, guys, watching this or listening to this at home, you will either find I edited this part out and you won't hear any of it, or I kept it all in because I'm super lazy. And yeah, so let's continue. What were you saying?
You got robotic and then really quiet, so I was like, oh shit, what happened? But anyway, little bit of 3, little bit of 6. I didn't play any of 7. I watched one of my exes play some of 7, and he told me a lot about the story. The first one I actually played, well, actually, that's the same thing with 9, a different ex. 9 was his favorite, and he told me a lot about the story for that one. The first one I played was when I was a kid, and it was Final Fantasy X. And
Ah,
I actually had to play that game over, I believe, 4 times to beat it, because I had started it when I was young, and then I got stuck because I was too young to be playing it, I guess. And then when I was a little older, I started playing it again, and then I went to college across the country, and I think I didn't bring my memory stick or something. I don't remember what happened. So I had to start over again, and then the memory stick got corrupted, so I had to start over again. Uh, yeah.
mm,
And I had that happen with well, no, 10 I only had that I'm getting things confused. So I had that happen with um 12. That's the one I had that happen with. My bad. Is I had to start that one over like 5 times. So I played 10 fully. I played 10-2 all the way through. I played 12 like 5 times because of all of that I just said. I played 13. I played 13 too, but I didn't finish it. And I refused to play 13-3 for different reasons. All the things that you said were
yeah,
just like were things I didn't even know, and they're just like insult to injury. Like the reason I didn't play it is because, you know, fine, whatever. You made Lightning's tits bigger. I get it. They're trying to appeal to fan service, whatever. I don't care.
yeah.
They need to make money, so it's not that big of a deal for me. My problem is that they kind of took the some of the system of 10-2, where like you do like outfit changes for different battle modes or whatever, like white mage, black mage, you know, warrior, this, that, whatever.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I vaguely know what you're talking about because I never actually played all of 10-2. I only played a little bit, then I got extremely annoyed with the whole battle mechanics, so I kind of stopped.
I loved it. I loved watching them do little cute outfit changes, and I liked having an all-girl team. It was really cute for me. I enjoyed it a lot. But I didn't like I feel like Lightning kind of reminds me of Pain from 10-2 in some ways. And with Pain, they whenever she did her outfit changes, they made it sure that she wasn't that it fit her personality, that she wasn't too girly, wasn't too this or wasn't too that. And I feel with Lightning, they didn't do that. They just put like more fan servicey poses. And on one hand, I get it because I'm assuming she's the only female you play or something, and um, you know, they want to appeal to fan service. But on the other hand, I'm like, what's the point of building up all this character and character development in the first 13, and then just to throw it out the window um for shits and giggles, pretty much, just for fan service, pretty much. And I just really it pissed me off. It made me super annoyed because I loved Lightning as a character. I enjoyed her a lot, and there's not that many female Final Fantasy main characters, so I was
Let's
just
see,
annoyed by it.
the lightning that his sister. What that one girl's name from 13? You didn't like her a lot, but I liked her. You found her to be very annoying. Uh,
The girl that Saz or whatever his name was always with, the redhead.
yeah. I want to say Vanille.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right. It could be wrong. I'm sure someone will correct her if we're wrong.
Of course you liked her. She's a redhead. Um, no, I really didn't like her all that much. I'm sure now that I'm a little older, maybe I'd have more patience for her character. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, I played 13, 13-2, but I didn't finish it. I refused to play 13-3 because they fucked up lightning, and then now you're telling me all this other gaming mechanics that suck. And then I played 14. My problem with 14 is I enjoy it as a game, and I enjoy that there's so many things to do. Like, I could just sit there and play forever. My issue is that the story's not compelling. So it came to a point where I'm just running around doing missions just because it's fun. And then eventually I'm like, all right, I have a cute outfit. There's like I don't have a goal in the game anymore. Like
Actually, I can
because the
actually
story
relate
isn't
to
good.
that. I can relate to that. Sorry for the video guy that love 14. And, you know, I'm not hating on it or anything. I did play it and I would go back to it, but that just it doesn't grab me like a traditional Final Fantasy because I come to Final Fantasy mostly for this story. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed having a character you can make. I enjoy all the little errands and stuff you can do. I enjoyed the gameplay in general. And maybe I'm not giving it a fair shake. I don't know, but because I did not play much of the story, to be fair. But that
yeah,
doesn't mean,
same
you know what I
here.
mean? I'm just like,
Maybe one day we'll go back to it. It's a little harder for me to think about going back to because I'll be honest, even though I have a lot, I really am not a big fan of the subscription model in video games. That's just I'm
I
just not a
I'm
super big
50-50
fan.
on.
And I know some of
It
you
depends on the game.
I know some of you are like, oh, you can probably just play for free up to whatever level. Yeah,
30,
technically
level 30.
you can to 30. Okay, till up to level 30, but they lock you out of so many things because me and she were both actually playing with someone who, you know, had a subscription thing. They couldn't follow us because you can't be followers until you're paid subscription apparently, and then also they tried to give us stuff to help us in the game. You can't trade unless you're a paid subscription either. So it was
Yeah, I
just
mean,
yeah.
I get it. I mean, they just want to give you a taste. And honestly, if I had the time and I didn't have any other games to play, I'd probably do a subscription with them because I do enjoy the game. I do enjoy the gameplay. But the story wasn't enticing enough for me to like stick around too long, even to level 30, honestly. And then I also played 15. I didn't finish it. I'm not the hugest fan of the fight mechanics. It's okay, I guess. And the characters are all right. But
Oh, 15.
meh.
Well, now we
Yeah,
got to talk
15.
about 15 now. Okay, I have a bunch of things to say about 15. Okay, first of all, I lost my save data for 15 because my PS4, the hard drive, not the hard drive, the PS4, the motherboard actually burnt out. So my PS4 went away and I took the hard drive out and whatnot. Hoping to just pop into another PS4, right? But little did I know that each PS4 actually encrypts its data, so it can't read data that another PS4 had wrote. And I, like
Dang.
an idiot, didn't use my PlayStation Plus upload online data save feature, which was saved me all the trouble, but who knows when the PS4 is going to give out.
Yeah, you should. Maybe it'd be a good idea for you to actually,
Oh,
after this.
after that moment, I actually did make it so it automatically uploads all my
Ah, okay,
save
okay.
data. Yeah, yeah.
Um, after 15, what else? What else? I've been playing Final Fantasy the 7 the remake and I fucking love it. It's like a weird mix between
Between.
and then the rest is like old
Wait,
school
was there a
mechanics
mix
and it's just like
between?
it's a really nice mix between old school and new school and I think they did a good job making everybody happy. What were you going to say?
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, I've been thinking about getting Final Fantasy, but it just throws me off that it's a episodic adventure, not done in the traditional episodic way per se.
Like how Hitman, you pay like $15 per episode kind of thing.
Yeah, you exactly. And then
Um,
yeah.
but like I get what I on one hand I'm like, dude, you're making me buy $60 of a game for each episode. Like at least bundle it or get a season pass or something. But then on the other hand, I'm like, it was a full game. Like I haven't finished it, but my boyfriend did. And I watched him play a lot of it, which is why I kind of slowed down in my playing because I already like know a lot of what's gonna happen. But yeah, like it's a full fucking game.
Okay,
So I understand them having you pay for all that money, honestly.
that's the thing. To me, it would be a full game, but for fans that have already played Final Fantasy VII, some of them I know I've read actually don't feel that way. That it is a full game.
Yeah, I've actually talked to a few people that played 7 and they don't feel like it's a full game, but that's because at least the ones that I talked to, they're going from the perspective of, oh, they took like a couple hours, like 3 to 5 hours or whatever of gameplay in the first game and they just stretched it out. And I feel like no, they didn't stretch it out. I just feel like they didn't rush it and they took more time so you can learn the characters more and add more nuance to the story and stuff like that. So I feel like yeah, I feel like the people that have played the game before, because they have that mindset, it's just I feel like a lot of them are gonna just feel like they just took a few hours and stretched it out instead of it being a full game because they know that there's a lot more to come. You know what I mean? They have that hindsight in a way that they know that there's a lot more to come. So that's why I feel like they think that it's not a full game. But if you actually look at how much time you played it, look at how long everything takes and all the side quests and all this other stuff and add up all the different things that happened in this game, it's big enough to be a full game.
Now,
So,
from what I've heard, they actually parts that were like just little glanced over parts.
mhm.
Actually, they made them full-fledged, like at least side stories or whatnot.
Yeah,
Then,
exactly.
yeah. So from what I've heard, they changed quite a bit. So maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll check it
But
out.
I haven't heard many people complaining about the changes in the story. They just, you know what I mean? Like a lot
Oh
of people that
yeah,
played it before, they like it. They like the changes in a sense, but like I said, to them they only got to see little snippets in comparison, and to them or some of them anyway, I feel like those little snippets are just stretched out for a full game's length, or in their head stressed out, and you have so much more to go that this can't be a full game length, you know.
yeah.
um that aside, I've also played Final Fantasy Crisis Core. I finished that. That's actually how I know how much I know about Final
I
Fantasy
don't even
7.
know what that is.
In Crisis Core, you play Aerith's um past lover, Zack, who she keeps like comparing Cloud to in the newer game. I don't know if she does that in the older one. But he's a soldier and he's set on a mission to investigate Sephiroth. So you're just like chasing after Sephiroth and all this other stuff. It's also spoilers, I guess, maybe, I don't know. It's also he's also the soldier's memories that get implanted into Cloud's head.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
now, like, so whenever she says, "Oh, you remind me of him," I'm like, "Oh, because some of his memories are like literally implanted in his head, so it makes sense, you know."
Yeah, yeah. Now
I've also,
is that canon?
as far as I know, it's canon, and she briefly mentions him a few times in this game, so
Oh, okay,
um
okay.
like she mentions him, she mentions that he was a soldier, but that's about it. Like, really. And
That-
there's a lot of glimpses in Cloud's memory that aren't his. So I know where those memories come from, but I don't know if, like, according to my friend, which he might not remember 7 because it's been a long time since he played it, but um as far as I know, Zach isn't mentioned at all in the original game, so it might not.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured that maybe it's one of the things that, you know, if you played all of them, you'll get it type thing, kind of like a small reference nod type thing. But if
That's
you
what it seems like.
haven't, then it doesn't matter. You can still
Yeah,
enjoy it.
that's what it seems like, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, other than that, I've also played Dissidia, which is super fun.
I have played this city. I own this city, oddly enough. Yeah.
I didn't really get to play it that much because my brother, it's not my game, it's my brother's, and he has it on his Vita.
I'll be honest, it's
And
a little harder for me to get used to 3-on-3 battles.
mhm.
Yeah. Wait, did you say Vita?
I think he has a Vita.
I mean, I have a Vita too. I just don't hear Vita spoken a lot.
He had a PSP and a Vita.
Oh,
And
okay.
I used to play on the PSP
For
a lot.
those of you guys that don't know, PSP stands for PlayStation Portable. The PS Vita came later. It was a successor, if you will, to the PSP.
Yeah, Vitas are and PSPs are way more popular like everywhere else. Like especially in like Japan. They have a ridiculous amount of PSP and PS Vita games because but over here there's not that many, and I think that's part of the reason why I didn't do so good.
Yeah, I actually hear the PS Vita did real good in other countries, but over here,
Exactly.
not so well.
All right. So out of all the games that you've played, do you have a favorite um character or lead character?
Okay. So my favorite character, I do actually have. Okay, first of all, I guess I should mention that. Before I mention my favorite character, now you guys have to keep listening if you guys want to hear my favorite character. But before I mention my favorite character, I do want to mention that it took me forever to learn that they were actually called Aeons. I know a bunch of you on my facepalm, but my first official Final Fantasy was 13, and they called them Summoning Beasts in 13. They
Did
don't
they?
mention, yeah, they don't mention Aeons at all. Each of the main characters had a summoning beast. Lightning's
Huh.
was Odin. Snow's was some person, oh yeah,
Snows with
those two
Shiva.
girls, right? Shiva.
Shiva.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which, I'll be honest, she looks a lot different in 15 than she does in 13.
I don't know what she looks like in 15. She also
She's vaguely
she's in
in
all of them.
She's vaguely in 15. She's not in 15 for that long. Spoiler alert, by the way, guys. But at the end, she reveals herself when you fight. What's his face? The fire one?
Ifrit.
Yeah. She reveals herself to be an Aeon the whole time. You know,
Definite
protecting.
spoilers, but honestly, I'm not gonna play
Yeah.
the game, so fuck it.
Well, I did say
Hey,
spoiler alert.
can I just say, I
Yeah.
think up until this point where I just said fuck it, I think I've been pretty good with not cursing. Might I add?
Actually, a while ago you said shit. Okay, if we run
Oh.
down every list of cuss words you said.
I thought I was doing great. I was like, oh, that's my first Word. And now you're telling me I did terrible? Damn.
You didn't do as bad as you have done in the. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I always have to mark any episode of anything that she is on with me. I always have to mark as explicit. Just because she swears without even realizing it, it's just a thing. But yeah, my favorite character. Okay, if I had to pick, that's so. Okay, it's technically hard, but at the same time not, because my favorite characters would probably come from Final Fantasy 13, only because they were the first real characters I was introduced to, so it makes sense they would be my favorites. Honestly, Snow to a point. There is one aspect of Snow I really don't care for, but for the most part, Snow. Definitely not Hope. Hope has to be my least favorite character. I found him so annoying. Even when he was grown up, he was still annoying.
What aspects of Snow don't you like?
Okay, the biggest aspect of Snow that I don't like is probably. I know this is going to sound like a good thing and not really a bad thing, but he seems to be too like always. It seems like he's either always punishing himself or too self-sacrificing. I don't know if that makes sense. Now I'm talking about 13 Snow. I haven't played 13-2. He acts a bit different, and 13-3, well, he's the main antagonist. So yeah, that's that.
Spoilers.
It's not really a spoiler. It was in all the trailers. That's the only reason I know. I've never actually played 13-3.
Oh, I thought the trailers were just implying like, I don't know. Whatever.
Apparently that the whole thing about 7 days, that's also what I don't like about 13.3. The timer, you have 7 days to save the world or it's game over.
So it looks like Majora's Mask.
I actually never finished. Okay, no. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I played Ocarina of Time a bunch of times. I started Majora's Mask, but I never actually finished it. But Ocarina of Time, I just have to say real quick, stupid water temple. I don't care if you guys say otherwise. The water temple is stupid. I had to buy a $10 guide just to guide me on how to beat the water temple. Okay, back to Final Fantasy. My favorite character, I mentioned it's Snow. Well, mostly Snow. Let's see. Lightning isn't a bad character, although sometimes she's too serious at times, but.
What? I like her serious.
Yeah, I know you do.
It'd be hard for me to pick, honestly. My favorite character. I'd have to. Like I know that I'm very partial to Final Fantasy X because that's the one I played in my childhood, but I don't know, honestly. I could tell you who's like my favorite hottest characters. That's easy. But honestly, you know what? I really like Lightning a lot. I'm like, I don't know. It might be Lightning. I'm not sure.
Lightning, huh? Oh yeah. That reminds me. 13.2 had this fun little mechanic. Okay, see, I only liked it. Okay, 13.2, in my opinion, the story wasn't all thought out and everything. But I liked, and it was pretty basic, but I'm a sucker for time travel, and they make time travel with Pokemon in 13.2, so yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that mechanic, honestly.
It was
The
literally a
Pokemon thing.
Pokemon thing. You had crystals that you summoned the monsters out of, and you could pay to get both Shaz and Lightning as crystal character.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, what I was gonna ask is,
Hello. It's very suspenseful.
wait, what?
Oh, it either cut out or you were being very suspenseful because, yeah.
um, what I said was, which of all the Final Fantasies you played, which one do you like the um battle system most?
The battle system. Okay. Let's see. So, it's funny you would say that because I played 13, which is as far as you can get from a 10 by 10 system. I played 10, which is literally a 10 by 10 system.
Yeah.
And I played 15, which is it's odd. It's not even a mixture of both. It's just an odd, its own battle
Yeah.
system thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I'm a big fan of 10 by 10. So 13, I didn't hate the battle system. I got used to it pretty fast. But when I saw it with the Final Fantasy game, I was surprised it wasn't a 10 by 10. Because,
Um,
that's what I've grown up to know. Final Fantasy is 10 by 10.
yeah, exactly. I personally, for me, I feel like the I enjoy turn by turn a lot. It's actually usually my favorite thing, but I kind of really liked the battle system of 12, where you pretty much had gambits, and what gambits would do is like, oh, on this character I'd have it, you set it up in priority order, and it'll be like, if a character drops below 50%, this person uses Kurga, and then um against this type of monster it uses this, against this type of monster it uses this. um when the HP is this of a monster, you do this. Like, I really liked the um I guess like the preparation in a
Uh,
way, like just
kind
how
of,
like, hmm,
kind of like an advanced Pokemon item system type thing.
I guess, because like it's just like, and that's how you control the other people, because the turn by turn aspect of it was so fast. Like, the meters will go up quick, so it's just easier to have your characters set up and put on auto. Technically, if you really wanted to, you didn't have to do it that way, but it's a lot harder to play the game because the monsters have quicker, um, turn times and everything like that. And I don't know, I just enjoyed like the prep aspect of it. I enjoyed almost like strategizing and like it being one more extra thing that I had to do before a battle, a big battle, like not just items and making sure I'm leveled up and blah blah blah. I also had to like make sure my gambits were organized in a way. I just like it, the
Yeah, but
organization,
that's yeah, but that's you. That's your style of playing. You're a big fan of all that micromanaging and whatnot. That's why you were so happy. If I recall, you were so happy when you found out 15 was getting a style like that. But apparently, it was a real dumbed down version of that.
Yeah, and I
So
don't like it.
yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the mechanics of 15 at all, honestly.
Okay.
Um, have you seen any of the short films or movies? Or the movie?
I saw one of the movies. It was with Tifa and
Advent
um
Children.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's all I had to say. One name, and you knew right away.
Can I just say, like, two things that like me and my boyfriend have been discussing.
Yeah,
I grew up in my childhood with Lulu being the hot character, and she's like big titted like goth chick, and she was the person I got to jerk off to. My boyfriend got Final Fantasy VII, and he got Tifa, which Tifa's hot, but Tifa in that game is not hot. So he had like his jerk off material was polygons, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
like he was just kind of like jealous slash upset that like like the difference, because I did sit down and show him some of the graphics of 10, and it's just so vastly different. And can I just say they like in this Final Fantasy VII remake, they know that everybody loved Tifa, so they like played that up a lot. There's a lot of teasing the fans in this game with Tifa, hands down. It's a bit ridiculous,
okay,
actually.
okay, okay. Well,
Do you actually ever plan on playing it?
what, Final Fantasy VII, the new one?
In the remake, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly do. I think I honestly do. The only hurdle would have been the only hurdle was me, honestly. I didn't like the whole subscription model thing, but I keep telling myself I think I will play it. So I think I actually will just bite the bullet there. I mean, it's not even a subscription model, it's an episodic model.
It's not even I like it's so weird. I don't even know if I would call it episodic. It is episodic in the sense that they're gonna make multiple, and you know it's a story broken up, but it's not episodic in the sense that it's not a short little thing like the Hitman one where you pay $15 and you get about $15 worth of content, you know?
Yeah, is it wrong though that I'm interested to see what they're gonna call this next episode? Because they didn't call it Final Fantasy VII Episode 1. They just called it Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, I
Maybe
mean,
it'll be like Final Fantasy VII remake, and then they'll have a title for it or something.
like a title during each thing? Like, I mean, I guess
I don't
it
know. I'm
could.
just
I don't
hoping.
know.
I'm just hoping that. Well, for one, I hope it's the only thing I'm concerned about, which I don't think I need to be, is all of my items and everything, my level and everything that I gathered from the first one. I'm hoping it'll transfer to the next one. I mean, I'm assuming if an old ass game like Dragon Age can do it, that this game can, you know?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I
Well,
did
Dragon
not
Age
think.
doesn't even let you do all that. Dragon
Excuse
Age
me.
is just
No,
like a.
Dragon Age is just simple. Like if I remember, they like maybe reward you with something extra or whatnot. You don't get your exact stats carried over
Oh
to
no,
you.
no, you don't get that carried over because you're playing a different character. What I meant is that there's certain like small lines in the whole game that reflect on the quote unquote world that you brought in from the second game, and also Hawk will look like your Hawk, you know?
Yeah, but see, now you got me thinking. His stats and everything. Is that going to be able to be carried over? I haven't
It
known very
should.
many games to carry stuff over to the next game because there's a difference between just having a DLC. Oh, could they make it a DLC? Like, instead of 5 full games, they could do like 4 more DLCs at $60 each. I don't
It
know.
might be
It,
easier for them to transfer the data, maybe. I
yeah,
don't know.
coding wise, it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, so maybe that is what they'll do, but I'll be really pissed if I like did all this work and then I have to start from scratch in the next game.
Oh yeah,
I'll probably
that.
still play it anyway. No, maybe not.
But I'll
I
be
don't know.
honest with you. Like, I'm pretty sure 50% of people that say if they do that, I'm not gonna play it, are still gonna play it. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
because honestly, it's genuinely a great game. The fighting mechanics are great. The story's good.
But
Looks beautiful.
But don't tell Square Enix that. We don't want them knowing they can get away with resetting all of our progress.
Yeah, that's true. They better not. I'll be really fucking peeved. Ugh.
Oh yeah, the thing I was going to say about 15, the second thing I was going to say, way back when, I circle around, okay? That's what I do, okay. So the second thing I was going to say is 15 had specifically all the main characters were male characters, and there was a reason for that because the director said that they didn't want the the director said that female leads can be distracting. Yes, there was a whole big debate at the time that he said it too, but yeah, that's why they chose an all male protagonist thing for Final Fantasy 15.
I feel like female leads can be distracting I don't know what he meant by it, but what I would mean by it is that people expect fan service from most female leads. So he wouldn't have to, whoever's making the game wouldn't have to worry about fan service at all if they're all male. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like every Final Fantasy, there's always some kind of thing where you can like buy swimsuits for them, or they're wearing whatever clothes or doing the whatever poses or whatever the case may be. There's always some kind of fan service with
Now I'm just imagining if Final Fantasy VI on the Game Boy Advance had fan service, like the little like 5 pixels, so you could buy like a DLC swimsuit for 5 pixels.
I'm just saying, like with Lightning, that's one of the reasons I like Lightning so much, is that they, as far as I remember anyway, in the first game, they didn't, even though she was the main character, they didn't sexualize her. And then, Lightning Returns come out and her tits are bigger and she's doing cute poses, even though she's a super serious fucking military character.
Yeah, the thing about it's just, okay, yes, it's totally Square Enix fault. They should have done it in a different way. But if I remember when 13.1 came out, DLC in video games was not as mainstream as it is now. That's why, that's why they don't have, 13.1 doesn't actually even have any DLC for the game. At 13.2,
so you're saying that they would have sexualized her if it was more popular?
Yeah, if it was more mainstream, I honestly believe they would.
So you're also saying, by saying that, you're also saying that I'm giving them too much credit.
Yeah, I suppose I am. Because in 13.2, I don't know if you remember this, but Lightning's sister, Sarah?
Yeah.
She had a swimsuit you could buy. That's when DLC first started being popular. The only reason I remember that you could buy a swimsuit, because it was #1 in the PlayStation Store. Not the game, but that swimsuit DLC was #1 at the time in the PlayStation Store.
I'm like rolling my eyes right now. I'm like, Jesus. I mean, teach their own, but Jesus Christ.
And it was $5 too. It wasn't the cheapest DLC in the world.
Of course, they knew they could make money off of people.
And that's all you got too. It wasn't like an extra crystal with an extra thing. The funny thing is, the lightning thing was $5 as well. But with lightning, at least you got a crystal where you could summon lightning. But the swimsuit was even more popular than that, even though you got more bang for your buck, technically, with the lightning thing. But yeah.
Damn. Here was giving them praises.
Now, World of Final Fantasy, did you ever play that?
What?
Have you ever played World of Final Fantasy?
What is that? 11?
No, it's just
Mhm.
World of Final Fantasy. It's its own
I
game.
never even heard of it. Honestly, I've never heard of it.
I'm typing something. Okay, in
Mhm.
case you're somehow maybe Discord is messing up, so I'm typing what I said.
No, I heard you.
Okay,
I
okay.
just said I just never heard of it.
Yeah, it's okay. So it's basically like Final Fantasy chibi style. You can technically
uh,
transfer, the main character can go back and forth between chibi and non-chibi technically, but the whole world is like basically meant for you to be chibi, and the other everything is just chibiized,
mm,
and the references from like most if not all of the Final Fantasy universe that came before that game.
honestly, like when it comes to like chibi things, I kind of like veer away from it. Some maybe that's why I never heard of it. Who knows?
Oh, so you mean you didn't get Final Fantasy 15 chibi day one?
Nope.
I believe it was called Final Fantasy 15 Pocket, which there's a funny story about that. They made it originally for mobile, right? It would because the chibi characters had a real low poly count, so it could go on mobile, no problem. You got the first episode for free, or you could pay $20, download the whole game. Um, Everything with chibi style, all the Aeons, everything with
Jeez, are
chibi.
you sponsored by them?
No, no, no. But the funny thing about it is originally, then they released it for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and everyone laughed at that because it was a pocket game made for mobile. But they
Yeah.
decided they could make more money out of it, so they released it for all platforms.
Is that same one that was like almost like a tower defense kind of thing?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. There was like a mobile Final Fantasy game for 15, I think, and it was like, I don't know.
This was definitely a mobile Final Fantasy 15. It was Oh yeah, yes, it was. I just remembered you're talking about the battle mechanics because it took me a second, but the mechanics for battle was a little bit different. So I can see why it would look like a tower defense game, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It
Hmm.
just looked that way.
Did you know that a lot of the Final Fantasies are on mobile? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, if I recall, the first one to gain any traction being on mobile was Final Fantasy III. It was brought to Android. And I assume iOS, but I was really into Android at the time, so yeah, that's how I know
Yeah,
more
my
about
friend is
that.
actually like super into Final Fantasy 3. That's the only reason I actually got to play a little bit of it.
A lot of people, some people loved, I mean, a lot of people loved it with Brung to mobile, but then some people did not like the touch controls because they said it was a bit clunky.
Hmm.
So,
I
yeah.
never. Okay. I mean, I never. I It costs $15, so I'm not giving it a try anytime soon.
Yeah, yeah, that's my mentality for most things. Um, okay, let's see. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say, or if we can just, slowly wrap things up.
Yeah.
Wait,
Honestly, what?
you've never played World of Final Fantasy?
I played. I'm looking at the store right now. I played Final Fantasy 15: A New Empire, which sucks. I hated it.
Wait, was that
That's like,
that little thing? No, no, what I'm thinking of is King's something.
I don't know, but this Final Fantasy thing, it was just like, it was one of those things where like, oh, you can only do this once a day, and you can't do this, or you do that, and it's every 10 minutes, and I'm just like, I don't have the patience for this shit. I want to play an actual game, and it's just like having me build buildings and talking about
Oh,
how I have to wait for everything, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
sounds like a Facebook game.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Yep.
There's this other one called Brave Exvius.
I've actually heard of that, thought about downloading it, almost did one day, but did not end up downloading it.
Hmm. Honestly, it looks almost exactly like what's that game I used to play all the time? Was it like chibi characters? Shit. It's a mobile game. Hmm.
I don't know off the
Oh
top of
shit.
my head. Mobile game, chibi character.
It looks like if you were to look at the fighting mechanics and stuff with this, it's pretty much the same. I wish I remember. Wow. Huh.
Let's. I can't remember what Hope's summoning beast. Well, because I tried to tell you all the orders of the summoning beast that everyone got this, but I don't remember. Oh, I think Hope got the fire one, right?
Maybe?
All of the
It
Aeons,
seems too cool for him.
all everything was too cool for him. I really did not like Hope, okay, guys? Sorry to all of you out there who really liked Hope.
Brave Frontier, that game.
Oh, Brave Frontier. I've
So
never.
this Final Fantasy game, Brave Exvius or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
looks like the mechanics and everything looks exactly like the Brave Frontier game.
Oh, okay.
I missed that game. I haven't played that in forever.
Okay, well,
Honestly, I haven't played it because it was just too whatever. But yeah.
okay, well, I think we disproved the fact that you're a Final Fantasy expert. I'm just kidding. Remember, guys, she never actually said she was a Final Fantasy expert. I threw that on as a little joke, and I'm rolling back to it as a little bit, as I do on the channel.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I guess really we talked about most Final Fantasy stuff. We even talked a little bit about World of Final Fantasy. I get the next upcoming Final Fantasy. I mean, one would assume the next big Final Fantasy is going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 or whatever they call it, but knowing Square Enix, there's going to be something in between.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, definitely thank you for joining the podcast episode.
You're welcome.
Fun fact, you're actually the first guest since the rebranding of this podcast.
I'm honored.
See, you sound sarcastic right now. You sound
I
very
didn't mean
sarcastic.
to. I didn't mean to. That's why I started laughing. I was like, shit, I sounded so sarcastic.
You sounded like not normal sarcastic, like Scar from Lion King sarcastic.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think now's a good time any to wrap up the episode. So, thank you everyone for listening, and thank you again, Chi, for having you for being on the episode. I almost said for having you on the episode. Okay, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the future. And Chi, if you would be so kind, feel free to let people know where they can find you.
I guess all I have is really at MoooChiQD, which
It's Twitter, for
is,
those of you guys that don't know.
well, that's for my everything really. But yeah, Twitter is the main thing I'm like active on, honestly.
Okay. Okay.
And that's 3 O's for the Moochie, because you know, moo like cow, whatever.
Yeah. I didn't just roll my eyes. Okay.
Whatever.
But yeah, thanks again, everyone. I've done that outro like 4 times now. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Hopefully, you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully, I will catch you in the future. Later.